Welcome to another video in the data migration playlist. Today, finally, we are able to migrate the stock balances to SAP S/4HANA using the data migration cockpit. To get here, we had to upload the GL account master data, the profit center and the cost center master data, the material or the product master data, and the open purchase orders. And today, we can finally upload the stock balances. This will be a comprehensive demo. I will start by reviewing with you the steps of the configuration that we have to do to be able to migrate our stock balances. And then we are going to review together the material master data. These are the materials that we uploaded together in the previous video. But anyway, we are going to review the master data. And then we are going to check for each material whether we are using moving average or standard costing, and whether we already have a value for the material in the material master data. Then we are going to start with the migration cockpit. So I'm going to add the migration object to our project, download the migration template, fill the migration template, and there we are going to migrate some materials with the same value as the standard cost and other materials with a different value than the standard cost, so we can see the financial accounting impact. We can see the price differences account. And then I'm going to continue with the migration project. So we will do all the steps until we do the migration and we can see the accounting entry in SAP S/4HANA. All of this I'm going to show in the video today. Before we start, if you are not a subscriber yet, then please subscribe to the channel and also activate the notifications so you get notified when I upload a new video. Also, don't forget to check the channel membership program to get access to the member exclusive configuration documents, member exclusive videos, and also our chat group on Slack. Now let's start by checking the materials we have in our system. To do this, I will switch to SAP GUI and I will use the transaction MM60. This is the material list report and it can show all the materials that exist in any plant. My plant is AG01 and then I will execute. Here are the different materials available in my plant. And I'm going to use these four: 1976, 1977, 78, and 79. So these are the four materials I'm going to use in the demo today. So I'm going to filter on this. I'm going to use 2 raw materials and 2 finished goods. The raw materials are maintained with a moving average cost and the finished products are maintained with a standard cost. Here we can see the material code, the plant, the material description, and then we can see the unit of measure and the price control. So V is moving average, as S is a standard cost. And then we can also see if there is a standard cost or a moving average cost that's already available in the material master data. As you see here, for the raw materials that have the moving average V, they don't have any cost yet, while the finished products already have a standard cost of 10 and 12. We can see this in the material master data. So if I double click here, this will take us to the material master data transaction MM03. And here we have the plant, okay? And then if we switch to the accounting view, accounting 1, here we can see the price control and we can see the standard price or the periodic price if we are using moving average. For the materials that have the price control S, that use the standard costing, we must either upload the material with the standard cost from the data migration cockpit. So when we do the migration object of the product, as I showed in the playlist, we insert the standard cost and we create the material already with the standard cost, or we create the material without a standard cost and then we run the standard cost estimate before we do the stock balance upload. If we upload the stock balances without having a standard cost here, then this means the item has a standard cost of 0, which means that any value we post in the stock upload will go directly to the price difference accounts. I already explained what is the meaning of moving average and the standard cost in detail in the product costing playlist. And there I also explained what's the price difference and when do we get entries in the price difference accounts. So if the standard cost is 0, or if the standard cost is different from the value that we will post in the stock balance upload, all the differences will go to the price difference account. So if this is 0, it means that all the value will go to the price difference account, which is not correct. So you have to be very careful that before we do any stock balance upload, we must be careful that we already have the standard costs for all the materials that we are going to upload. So here this item has a standard cost of 10. Now let's go back to our material list report. The other finished product has a standard cost of 12 and the 2 raw materials are using moving average. And for moving average, any value we post goes to the stock account anyway, so we don't have to worry about this. So when we do the upload, when we fill the upload template for the stock balances, we are going to insert a value there, and this value will be posted directly to the stock accounts. So now these are the 4 accounts I'm going to use, the 4 materials I'm going to use. For the first 2 materials, we don't have anything to worry about. I'm going to insert a value in the upload template, and we can see how this will be posted to SAP. For the second 2 that are using standard cost, for the first one, I'm going to upload the stock balances with a value that is different from the standard price. So here the standard price or the standard cost is 10 EUR per piece. I'm going to do the stock upload with a value of 15 EUR per piece. So this way we can see where the difference will be posted to the price difference account. For the second item that's using standard cost, I'm going to do the stock upload with the same value as the standard cost, so we can see that all the value will go to the stock accounts. So this is it for the materials I'm going to use in the demo today. The second step, I want to give you an overview of the configuration steps we have to do before we can do the stock balance upload. So I will switch to the configuration manual. This is the configuration manual that I created for the elite members of the channel. If you would like to get access to this document, you can check the link that I will leave here. So this document includes all the configuration steps we have to do anything related to data migration so far. And now if you check here in the table of content, I have added a new title, which is the material balance migration. And if we go here, so the first step we need to do is the legacy data transfer settings. We go to this transaction SAP, and there we can maintain here the posting date or the migration key date, which will be the posting date of any material document we post when we upload the stock balances. So this will be the posting date. In my case, it is 31st of August 2023. The second step is to maintain the account determination, and this is very important for the accounting entry that will be posted when we do the stock balance upload. So when we do the balance upload, the accounting entry will be a debit to the stock account and a credit to an initial balance upload account. This is one of the accounts that we create for the data migration. And if you remember when I explained the data migration concept, there are different accounts that we use for the initial accounting postings and the initial balance upload and so on. And all of these accounts must have a balance of 0 at the end. So if we put all of them together, they all must net to 0. This is one of these accounts. So this account we have to configure in the account determination. And also we have to configure the price difference account. So if we have any item that has a value that's different from the standard cost, then the difference will be posted to the price difference account, as I just explained. And we also need to maintain the account determination for the stock accounts. These are the ones that we will use in the business as usual after we do the data migration. So here I am showing the different values that you need to maintain in the master data of the GL accounts. And then I'm also showing where you can maintain the different account determination for all of these accounts. You can find all the steps in detail in the configuration manual. This is it for the configuration steps. Now let's switch to the data migration cockpit and start migrating the stock balances. Here I have SAP Fiori, and I will use the same application that we always use in all the videos in this playlist, the Migrate Your Data Migration Cockpit. And our migration project is this one. Then in the migration objects, we can look for the inventory stock balances. So material inventory balance. If you don't have this object available in your project, then you can go to settings. And from here, you can add the migration object. I already showed how to do this in previous videos, so I will proceed this time. So here we have material inventory balances. And before we start the migration of any object in the data migration cockpit, we have to check the documentation. This is very important. So if we open the migration object, here you can see the documentation. So you can click here. And here there are very important details about how to use this migration object. So first of all, we have the things that are in scope and things that are out of scope. So in scope, we can have we can upload stock that is in quality inspection. We can upload blocked stock, unrestricted stock, and so on. But out of scope is goods receipt for purchase orders. This is why we said SAP using the data migration cockpit, we cannot upload purchase orders with the history of goods receipt. So we cannot post any goods receipt for purchase orders or production orders or any goods issues and so on. You can read all the different details here. Also, there is an explanation of the different values we should insert in the data migration template. Now let's switch back to our migration object and start with downloading the migration template. So here, click on download template. And here is our template, and as usual in the first sheet we have an introduction of how to use the template, and then in the second sheet we have a field list showing all the fields available in the upload template, and then here we have only 2 sheets available in this template, and both of them are mandatory. So the first one is the material document header, and the second is document item. In the header we start with the technical document number. So this number is not going to be the document number in SAP. It is only a technical number that's used in the upload template, so we can map the different fields in the different sheets to the same document. Same as the concept we used in the business partners, for example. So this number is only to be used in the upload template to map the different fields to the same document, but it's not going to be saved in SAP. When we post the document in SAP, the document number will be determined automatically based on the number range configured. So here I'm going to upload 2 documents. The first one is 1, the second is 2. In the first document, the company code is AG00. The document date is 1st of June 2023. This is different from the posting date. This is the document date that will be in the material document, and it can be different from the posting date. And then here we have the document header text, so document 1. And for the second document, it is also the company code AG00. Document date is 01/07/2023, and also I have a text here. Now if we switch to the material document item, so in the first document I have 2 lines, and in the second document I have 2 lines. So in the first one we have item 10, item 20. In item 10 we have the quantity. Let's go to the left here. So first we have the material code, then we have the plant, then we have the storage location, the valuation type if you want to fill it, and then we have the entry quantity unit of measure, and the external amount in local currency. So this is where we insert the value of the stock we are going to upload. Now let's take these one by one. So first here we have our material number, and as I showed in the material list, this one is raw material, this one is finished product, this one is finished product, and this one is raw material. So the ones that are finished products, they are maintained with the standard cost, and the 2 others are maintained with moving average. The plant is AG01. This is the plant where the stock will be, and also the storage location 171B. And then here in the entry quantity, I have 10, 20, 10, and 150. The entry unit of measure is very important. Here we have piece. You have to be careful that this must be exactly the same unit of measure as what we have in the material master data for the basic unit of measure. So if I switch here to SAP GUI, you can see that the 4 materials have a unit of measure or a PC. Now if I use a different unit of measure in my data upload, then it will give us an error, because now we are saying that this material is maintained in PC, which means that the material upload or the inventory that we have should also be in PC. So the upload template should have the same unit of measure as this one. So here I have unit of measure is PC, entry quantity is 10, 20, 10, and 150. Now if you go to the left here, we have the external amount in local currency. This field is not mandatory. I already explained this before while uploading the product master data or the material master data. So this is not mandatory. We can leave this one empty. If we leave this field empty, then SAP is going to post the quantity with the valuation that we have in the material master data. So for example, if the item is using a standard cost and has a standard cost of 10, then we upload 10 units, then SAP is going to upload with the value of 100. 10 units by 10 EUR equals 100 EUR. But if we want to overwrite this automatic valuation with a different external amount, we can insert the amount here. And this is what I did here. So the first item is a moving average item, and I'm going to upload 10 pieces for the external amount of 100, which means that each piece has a value of 10. So this is the total value. Now the second item is a standard cost item, and I'm uploading 20 units for the price of 300, which means that the cost is 15. And this is different from the standard cost we have maintained in the material master data of this item. This item has a standard cost of 10, and here I'm doing the upload with 15. So we can see that the difference of 5 will be posted to the price difference account. The third item here is also a standard cost item. I'm going to upload 10 pieces, and I'm not inserting any value externally. So SAP is going to pick the value automatically from the material master data, and we will see this when we continue with our migration. And the last item is a moving average item. I'm going to upload 150 pieces for the value of 300, so each piece has a value of 2 EUR. So this is it for the items. I'm not going to fill any other values. It depends on your business case. Here, as you see, we have customer, supplier, serial number, sales orders. We also have the batch number if you use batch management, but I'm not going to use any of this in my demo today. Now let's save this template and go back to our migration project. So now I'm going to upload the migration template. Upload file, upload, and choose our file here. Now this file will be validated and imported. We can see the status here in monitoring. Now the file has been validated and imported and we don't have any issues, so let's go back. And then we move to the next step, which is prepare. Now go to monitoring and we have to wait until this is done. Now the preparation is complete and we can continue, so let's go back. And the next step is mapping tasks. So here we don't have any mapping tasks to confirm because everything has already been mapped before with other migration objects. But the important ones are the mapping of ISO codes for unit of measurement. So if you check here, we have the mapping of PC to PCE and KG to KGM. This is very important because when we upload data to SAP, we have to use the ISO codes, and the ISO code for PC is PCE and for KG is KGM. We also have mapping of product, plant, storage location, mapping of currency keys. So everything here is straightforward. After you are done with the mapping values, the next step is to simulate. So now let's simulate. All instances, start simulation. Go to monitoring. And now we have to wait until this is done. Now the simulation is complete and we don't have any errors. So let's continue with our data migration. So go back. And the last step is to migrate before we can see the result in SAP GUI. So now click on migrate, start migration, okay, go to monitoring, and now we have to wait until the migration is done. Now the migration is complete and we don't have any errors. If I click on show messages here, we can see success, that we have different documents created. To see the different material documents created and the accounting documents, we can go to SAP GUI or in SAP Fiori and display the material documents. To do this, we can use the transaction MB51. And here I will leave this empty. I will insert the plant. You can also set some filters such as the material and the storage location and so on. I will just insert the plant. I don't have a lot of documents, and then I will execute. And here we have the different material documents created. So if you check here for our materials, 1976, 77, 78, and 79, we have two material documents created. So one material document ending with 970, which has 2 lines, and one document with 971, which has 2 lines also. Now if I check the first one, 970, we can see here that we have 2 lines, and the movement type is 561. So this is initial balance upload. And if we go to document info, we can see here in FI documents, we can see the accounting entry. So let's go to accounting document. And there is our accounting entry. So for the first line, we have a debit to the raw materials for 100, and we have a credit to the inventory in each initial material balance. So this is the account we configured in the account determination. And as you see, I have created an account starting with 9 to show that it is a system clearing account. And for the value is 100 because this item is managed with moving average. So anything we post will go directly to the stock account. Now for the second line item, which is the finished good, we have a debit to the finished good stock for 200. So this is using the standard cost. We have a credit to the inventory initial material balance for 300. This is the value we inserted manually in the upload template. And the difference between them is posted to the price different account for 100. And this is the account we configured, and I showed you the configuration in the configuration manual. So the difference is posted to this account, and this is what I wanted to show you, that if there is any difference between the value the external amount we insert in the upload template, and the standard cost we have in the material master data, then the difference will go to the price difference account. And this is the first document. Now let's go back and check the second document ending with 971. It will have the same accounting entry, but let's check it anyway. So this is the document, and here we also have two lines, one that has a quantity of 10, the other has a quantity of 150. This is exactly what we inserted in the upload template. And if I go to document information, if I documents, accounting document, here we can see the accounting entry. So for the first line, we have a debit to the finished goods stock and a credit to the inventory initial material balance. If you remember, in the upload template, I did not insert any value in the external amount for this item. This is why SAP has picked the value automatically from the material master data. So the item has a standard cost of 12 multiplied by 100 units. So the total is 120. And the second item is the raw material. Here we have a debit to the raw material stock for 300 and a credit to the inventory initial material balance using the moving average. This is why everything goes directly to the stock account. So these are the accounting entries. We can also see the stock overview to see the quantity, the stock quantity we have for any material. So for example, if we take this one, 1979, we can go to the transaction MMBE, stock overview, and here 1979, we have the plant, and we can also select different things here, execute. Here we can see that for the company code AG00, plant AG01, storage location 171B, we have a quantity in the unrestricted use stock of 10 pieces. And this is exactly what we uploaded in the data migration cockpit. And this is the end of the demo today. I hope you found this video interesting and useful. These videos take a lot of effort, so please don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel. Leave me your comments if you have any questions or if you want me to explain anything else. Also, don't forget to check the channel membership program if you would like to support the channel and get access to the member exclusive videos, the member exclusive documents, and our private chat group on Slack. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon.